Hey, Coach Laura coming at you. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we are going to make quinoa bites. So this is one of the staples that we have regularly in our house. They're simple to make. They seem to go over well with everybody in the house. So let's get started. I have pre-cooked quinoa. So the way that I cook quinoa is in a rice cooker. I usually have one cup of dry quinoa to 2 cups of water. So what I'll do is I will measure it. So 4 servings is about 1 cup of quinoa, which is about 180 grams. I actually add a little bit more quinoa because some of it gets stuck to the pot and you lose some of those nice little kernels. So I add a little bit extra for when I weigh it. So I'll put that in the rice cooker. Once that's cooked, I let it cool, and then I will weigh it again cooked. And mine came out to about 570 grams cooked. So, and I'm going to use half of that. So that's 2 servings of quinoa, which is 90 grams dry, and then about 270 grams cooked. So that's what I have in here is cooked quinoa. I cooked this yesterday, so it's cooked and ready to go. If you have rice, or you can use half quinoa, half cauliflower rice, it's very versatile. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump in. So I have 2 servings of cooked quinoa. I'm going to add 1 egg. I'm just going to put it in there. And I actually, before this, I have the oven set to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And I have a pan covered with parchment paper. I've actually did spray it a little bit with cooking spray because sometimes these stick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix the egg in with my cooked quinoa. Just stir that in like that. Next, a little boost. 1 tablespoon of ground flax. It helps as a binder as well, and it gives a little bit more heartiness to the quinoa bites. And okay, so I have 1 tablespoon of ground flax. I'm going to add some salt and a little bit of pepper. This is where the magic happens. You can add whatever you want. My family likes chives, so I'll add about a tablespoon of chives in there. A little bit of salt, pepper. One thing that is also a hit, I know I've used this a few times, and this is totally optional. You can make these so many different ways. Liquid smoke, all you need is just a little bit, maybe a teaspoon, maybe just a few drops, depending on how much you like. Add that. It doesn't add too much moisture, so I'm not too concerned about it. Again, this is so versatile. You can make pizza quinoa bites. So you use mozzarella cheese, add a couple tablespoons of tomato sauce or your favorite pasta sauce, and just stir that in. I have a fourth of a cup of cheddar cheese, which is about 20 grams. I'm gonna throw that in there. This also helps to bind them together. And you guys, I know I've used this before, but this cookie scoop makes everything so much quicker and easier when you're preparing these sort of things. Meatballs, I've used them for meatballs, I've used them for cookies, I've used them for mini muffins. Rather than using the pan, depending on how the batter is for mini muffins, or these for example, they stick together. Put them on the pan, put them in the oven, and it just makes everything so much quicker. So I highly recommend going to get a small cookie scoop. You can also get larger ones if you want larger, maybe biscuits or larger quinoa bites, whatever that might be. So I have a little one. It's about a tablespoon, just so you know. So I just mix this all together. So again, I have ground flax, I have an egg, I have quinoa, salt and pepper, a little bit of liquid smoke, some chives, and some cheddar cheese. And that is it. Again, you can use any sort of spices you like. Stick them in there. I'm going to grab my pan, and I'm not going to do all of it. So what I'm going to do is, if you've watched my videos before, you see that I'm just going to lovely scoop these on, just like that. Just line them up, put them on your parchment paper, I'm going to put these in the oven at 375 for about 15 to 20 minutes, and they're going to come out nice and crispy. So I'm gonna finish these up and I will be right back. And we're back. Okay, here is the finished product. I just took these out of the oven a few minutes ago. Look at this deliciousness. So these, again, the cheddar cheese and the nice little crispy bits on the side, that is delicious. So these are only about 25 calories each. Again, quinoa, 1 egg, some ground chives, liquid smoked salt, pepper, tablespoon of ground flax, and that is it. I had them in the oven for 20 minutes at 375. Served these, you know, while these were cooking, I cut up some pork tenderloin and put them in the fridge in a marinade. And we're gonna have some steamed broccoli. And that is our dinner. So again, super quick, really easy. You can replace half of the quinoa with frozen riced cauliflower. You can use half quinoa, half rice. Do whatever you like. Making pizza bites, you can make them sweet, savory, however you or your family like. And that is what I've got for you today. Enjoy, and if you have any questions, you know where to find me.